Right then, let's talk about Tesla. For years, buying one wasn't just a purchase. It was like joining a very exclusive, slightly smug club. You'd slap down your deposit and then wait. And wait. And wait a bit more. The waiting list was the stuff of legend, a testament to the sheer, unadulterated desire for Elon Musk's electric dream machines. It was a sign that Tesla wasn't just a car company, it was a phenomenon. People were queuing up, virtually speaking, for the privilege of owning the future. It gave Tesla an aura of untouchability, as if they were operating on a completely different planet from the likes of Ford and Volkswagen. But now it seems the music has, if not stopped, then certainly been turned down to a rather awkward hum. Reports are flooding in, and they all paint a rather worrying picture for the house that Musk built. The once legendary order backlog is shrinking. Fast. In some parts of the world, you can now order a brand new Tesla and have it delivered quicker than a Domino's pizza on a Friday night. This isn't just a small dip, it's a seismic shift. The queues have vanished. The frantic clamoring for a Model 3 or a Model Y has been replaced by a deafening silence. The party, it appears, might be winding down. And so we turn our attention to China, land of, lots of things, but recently it's become the land of a car company called BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams. A bit cheesy, I'll grant you, but you can't argue with their ambition. While Tesla was busy being the cool kid at the party, BYD was in the garage, quietly and methodically building an empire. And now they've decided to stop being quiet. They've kicked the garage door off its hinges and announced their arrival with a move that has sent shockwaves through the entire car industry. They've slashed their prices. We're not talking about a token £1,000 off here, or a free set of floor mats. BYD has taken a metaphorical axe to its price list. Their new Seagull hatchback launched in some markets for the equivalent of under £10,000. Let me say that again. A brand new, fully electric car for less than the price of a second-hand Ford Fiesta. It's an astonishing, almost unbelievable figure. They are practically giving them away. It's a declaration of war. A price war. And it's aimed squarely and unashamedly at Tesla. This isn't just about one cheap car. Across their entire range, small city cars, sleek saloons designed to rival the Tesla Model 3, BYD is undercutting everyone. They are using price as a battering ram to smash their way into global markets. They've looked at Tesla's premium pricing and decided to do the exact opposite. Now, you might not expect a former US president to be terribly interested in the price of a Chinese hatchback, but you'd be wrong. Donald Trump has never been shy about sharing his opinion on, anything. He's waded into the fray. His reaction is exactly what you'd expect. He sees this as a full-blown national crisis. BYD's price cuts Tesla's troubles. He calls it China eating America's lunch. He's not just concerned, he's apoplectic. At a rally, Trump let rip between complaining about windmills and water pressure in showers. He pointed to BYD's success as a direct threat to American jobs, a battle for economic survival. They're dumping these cars. They're dumping them all over the world. It's a disgrace. And Sleepy Joe is just letting it happen. For Trump, this isn't about Elon Musk's profit margins, it's about national pride and economic warfare. He threatens a 100% tariff or even higher on every Chinese car entering the US. When you boil it all down, the clash between Tesla and BYD is a clash of two completely different philosophies. It's like comparing two very different eateries, Michelin-starred restaurant Fish and Chip Shop. Both sell you food, but in completely different ways. Tesla, from the very beginning, positioned itself as a premium aspirational brand. It was the Apple of the car world. You weren't just buying transport, you were buying a status symbol, a piece of cutting-edge technology, a statement about who you were. The high price was part of the appeal. Elon Musk's strategy was to start at the top. Roadster Model S, Model X used the profits from those high-end cars to fund more affordable models. Model 3, Model Y, a trickle-down approach to car manufacturing. BYD, on the other hand, has taken the opposite route. They didn't start with a flashy sports car. They started by making batteries, then electric buses, then cheap and cheerful electric cars for the Chinese market. Their approach has been from the ground up. Volume. So the big question is, how are they doing it? How can BYD build and sell a brand new electric car for less than 10 grand? While everyone else is struggling to get their prices below 30,000. Are they using hamster wheels for motors, cardboard for doors, No, the secret is vertical integration. It's a boring term, but here it's the most exciting thing in cars. It means they make almost everything themselves, and I mean everything. Think of a traditional car maker like Ford. They buy engines, they buy seats, they buy electronics, they buy batteries, then they bolt hundreds of parts together. Each supplier needs profit. BYD cut out the middlemen. They own the entire supply chain. They mine lithium. They process it. They make their own batteries. That's the most expensive part of an EV. This is their superpower. Controlling every step lets them control costs like no one else. Blade battery is a case in point. Cheaper, safer, made in-house. This price war isn't just a headache for Elon Musk. It's a potential earthquake for the entire global car industry. For decades, the big names, Volkswagen, Toyota, General Motors, Ford, have operated in a relatively stable environment. But the arrival of a super-aggressive, low-cost competitor like BYD changes everything. It forces every single car company to look at their pricing, their strategy, their future. The comfortable old ways of doing business are over. You either adapt or you risk becoming a relic. For traditional car manufacturers in Europe and America, this is a nightmare scenario. They are already struggling with the hugely expensive transition from petrol-diesel to electric. They've invested billions in developing new platforms and retooling factories. Their plan was to sell these new electric cars at a premium to recoup their costs. But now, just as they are bringing these cars to market, BYD has arrived and completely torpedoed their pricing structure. How can Volkswagen sell an ID.3 for £40,000 when BYD is offering a similar-sized car for half that? It makes them look expensive, slow, and out of touch. The ripple effect will be felt everywhere. In Europe, governments that have been pushing for an electric transition might now face a political backlash if their domestic car industries are wiped out by Chinese imports. This is why you hear politicians like Trump talking about tariffs. All of this puts Elon Musk in a very tight spot. He's a man who is used to being the disruptor. He is the maverick. He is the one rewriting the rules. Now, for the first time, he is the one being disrupted. He is no longer the plucky underdog. He is the incumbent, the market leader, and he has a giant target painted on his back. The pressure on him is immense. The stock market is watching, his investors are watching, and the world is watching to see how the master showman responds. So what can he do? His options are limited, and all of them are painful. The most obvious response is to fight fire with fire and cut his own prices. He's already done this several times, nibbling away at his own profit margins. But he can't win a race to the bottom against BYD. BYD's cost structure is simply in a different league. Every price cut Musk makes hurts Tesla's profitability far more than it hurts BYD. It's a war of attrition that Tesla is not built to win. He risks turning his premium brand into a discount one. Another option is to double down on being the Apple of cars. He could cede the mass market to BYD and focus on high-end, technology-led products. Cybertruck, the new Roadster. So where does all this leave us? We are standing at a crossroads for the entire automotive world. The comfortable, predictable landscape we've known for a century is being bulldozed and redeveloped at lightning speed. The battle between Tesla, the tech bro darling from California, and BYD, the manufacturing behemoth from China, is not just a sideshow. It is the main event. It will define the next decade of motoring and determine what kind of cars we will all be driving in the future. The stakes could not be higher. For buyers, the future looks bright and, most importantly, cheap. The intense competition will inevitably drive down the cost of entry into electric car ownership. The days of EVs being a luxury item for the well-off are numbered. Thanks to this price war, your next car is far more likely to be electric, whether it has a Tesla badge, a BYD badge, or a badge from a terrified European manufacturer that has been forced to slash its prices to survive. The democratization of the electric car is happening, and it's happening much faster than anyone predicted. For the companies, the future is much more perilous. Tesla must now prove it is more than just a one-trick pony. It must either innovate its way to a new level of technological supremacy or learn how to fight in the mud with the mass-market manufacturers. It is accelerating the most significant transition in transport since the horse was replaced by the internal combustion engine. The road ahead will be littered with casualties. Not every brand will survive. The war for the electric car market has begun in earnest. It's going to be one hell of a show.